I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What?
You're not
Like,
looking.
And yet one of the titles you didn't say is NBA wife.
yeah, no, I don't think,
That's not really a title in your view.
it's not, no, I don't think I'll ever call myself that because I feel like, I mean, I don't think my husband would call himself chef's wife.
When I tell you guys that women don't respect men in today's society, I truly mean that. Imagine busting your become one of the best players in history and having your overweight, mid-tier wife on national television with her fat face and pounds of makeup on talking about you in this manner. The reason why they say mansplaining and that you're more beautiful when you're quiet or women are to be seen and not heard is because women don't understand meritocracy, and it's proven right here. This dumb literally said, I don't want to be called an NBA wife because my husband doesn't call me a chef wife. Her saying this sentence implies or assumes that they're equal.
All right, there's a lot to fucking unpack over there. First and foremost, you need to understand the male and female dynamic. Women are extremely more emotional than men, even though Myron in this kind of example is acting a little bit more emotional than most. Hold on, give me a minute. So her kind of venting that she doesn't feel like she has that attention from other people is completely normal for like a woman to feel that way too, because it's their biology. They gravitate towards that attention. You know, they want that, they perceive that more. So it's completely understandable that she feels that way too. So that's not a knock on her fucking feeling like unworthy or like feeling that she needs more than just like Steph Curry and that nature. No, she's just explaining her emotions and trying to get those emotions, venting that to the people around her and the women around her too, and getting some feedback on that. Hold up, let me fucking read this real quick. So that's my opinion on that. So I don't fucking know what this motherfucker's talking about with the whole entire be degraded from expressing that. So yeah, this motherfucker, like, you need to take some of this shit with a grain of salt, because, you know, with the whole Akaash situation, like, okay, yeah, he does have some good points when he says that obviously you don't want to date or marry a woman who's a 304, and if you don't know what a 304 is, that's a highway and everybody goes through it. I do like that part. But yeah, even with the whole Akaash Singh situation, I don't even know what to believe anymore. I did a whole entire other video, and is she playing a character? Is she joking around? Did she really hook up with a bunch of guys and have a roster? I don't know. I'll probably come to light in a bit, and I'll probably do another follow-up video on that one. But yeah, that's my first opinion on that one. And the number two aspect, that, of course, shit, anybody would want to. The way he explains it is she wants to be viewed as more than just an NBA player's wife, and doing that so brings a level of entitlement for her. That's what he thinks, that he should oversee her husband in this kind of example, and for some reason he seems at fault with that, or he doesn't respect that, he doesn't align with that. But bro, any self-respecting guy, even myself, wouldn't want a girl at home just not doing anything, not valuing herself, or thinking she could do more than just, you know, a handbag for a guy. Like, I don't want a fucking robot. This is the shit I'm talking about. People who follow Myron Gaines and follow his fucking rhetoric and his bullshit fucking shit that he says, y'all the motherfuckers who are gonna have robot girlfriends. I'm gonna say that. Women, fucking headache. But they're also, they're a fucking headache, I'll say that. But it comes with the territory too, because they're also very comforting and way more smart than, way more tougher than most guys think. Even myself too. I don't know to that. I always what's the expression? I always try to be that super masculine guy, and kind of from what the girls are telling me, sometimes they feel like I've talked to them as if they're little kids, and I feel the reason I do that is because of people like Myron Gaines and the whole entire red pill rhetoric, who doesn't really teach you exactly like how to treat a woman. So that's one perfect example. I'll probably say like a biblical kind of quote, but not really biblical. It's more like a biblical kind of metaphor. It's you need to treat women kind of like a delicate delicate vase, you know, because they're more delicate. They could be prone to more emotion than most people. Sometimes they're hot, sometimes they're cold, literally. Guys, you probably know what I'm talking about when they change the thermostat and then they change it back. It's, what do you want? So, yeah, that's my whole opinion on that. So let me keep it rolling and tell you my full conclusion on everything else that he says in this little video. Let's go.
Familiar. Let me give you guys a quick little explanation on Ayesha Curry. Another ungrateful, ingrate wife.
My husband really loves my feet.
Oh, I love that.
And so, like, the light was hitting him just right that day. And so I was like, let me
Welcome, punch!
Bruh.
just snap this photo and send him a picture of my feet. So I always say, like, when he says to send nudes, like,
Yeah.
that's what he's getting, a picture of my bare feet. I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention.
just saying the same
and so
stuff
then
again.
like I begin to
Showing the same stuff again.
internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
Yeah, she's just saying her emotions.
And yet one of the
Nothing wrong
titles you
with that.
didn't say is NBA wife.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
That's not really
Obviously,
a
you
title.
want to have somebody more talented than just
I don't think I'll ever
being
call
viewed themselves
myself
as just a
that,
wife.
because I
It's
feel like,
fuck that.
I mean, I don't think my husband would call himself chef's wife.
Favorite physical feature? My feet.
Yes.
How the fuck is that shaming
You're
somebody?
such a weirdo.
Joking around,
Ever
fucking
think for 1
overreading
minute
and shit like
that it
that.
ain't no some men out there looking at you like I wish.
Honestly.
And I'm gonna tell you who knows that.
Yeah,
My
advice from Jada, don't take don't take her
More
advice. I say that.
See what I mean, guys? This is going on radio talk shows and shit like that without her husband and airing out all their laundry. This stupid, ungrateful.
This
Why does
sounds
this dude so angry
weird,
all the
but, like,
time?
No, you know this sounds ungrateful, and you're still gonna say it.
male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it.
And look at her. Look at the women. This is like a guys. This clip is like a fantastic expose of female nature. Notice how she knows what she's about to say is wrong. She knows that she's being an ungrateful. But what do the girls around her say? They enable the behavior. No, you're not crazy, girl. You're okay to feel this way.
And so then like I begin to internalize it, and I'm like, is something
Like I say
wrong with your
beforehand, you ain't treat women like a delicate vase.
What?
You're not looking. This is a married woman.
Sometimes
Are
you're
you
gonna be emotional
serious?
and have those kind of
Do you guys see now why I tell
emotional
you
outbursts,
never
and you
let
need to
your
be able
girl
to
hang out with
regulate
her
that.
single friends?
That's why you need to
Bro.
be more calm and more composed
And
and
yet
more
one of the
stoic.
titles you didn't say
To a
is
certain
NBA
extent.
wife.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
That's not really a title in your
It's
view.
not. No, I don't think I'll ever call myself that, because I feel like. I mean, I don't think my husband would call himself chef's wife.
She knows what she said just now was stupid. That's why she's making that face. Someone clip this and send it to her. I'm going to be very honest with you. You are with one of the best
Let me hear
guards in NBA history. One of, if not the best three-point shooters to ever walk
Just
the
spewing
earth.
facts right there.
Multiple time NBA
Spewing
champion,
facts.
finals champion.
this.
Okay,
Curry's a fucking goat. One of the
you
goats.
are nothing more than an overweight, light-skinned, ingrate.
I don't agree with that saying right there.
You are a embarrassment to him, and at this point, you are basically going to be an asterisk next to his legacy because you can't keep your mouth shut. And for you to have the gall to go on daytime television
Dude's just so fucking angry
and say
all
that
the
you're
time.
not
Like,
going to
what's she
refer
saying
to
right now?
yourself as
All
an
right, let me let
NBA
it go.
wife, as if being married to an NBA player is below you, is one of the most disrespectful, ungrateful, low IQ, piece of shit moves I've ever seen. You know how many people?
She's saying, look, I'm gonna tell this motherfucker what she's actually saying. She wants to be viewed as more than just your NBA player's wife. As any kind of person, she's a human at the end of the day too, and she has skills and values and attributes that are more than just that thing. Me personally, I don't want to be viewed as just a gym goer, as just a dude who does YouTube videos, as just a guy who goes to work. I want to be all-encompassing, and it's gonna be a shock to you guys, but women think the same thing too, because they're humans. So it's the whole entire human dynamic. People want to be viewed as more than just one thing. I don't know. This motherfucker was not raised right, and there's a reason why he's single, and there's a reason why his girlfriend fucking left him. He's probably projecting his feelings because of that, and that's why he's angry all the time too. So, fucking. Calm down, bro. You're acting like a little baby.
You know how many people dream of making it to the NBA one day from all over the world? I actually dreamed about making it to the NBA one day when I used to play basketball back in high school.
We all did.
But unfortunately, that's a dream that just a lot of people can't reach.
Say that.
Right? Not only did your husband make it to the NBA, he's going to go down as one of the greatest of all times. So not only is your husband a percentage of the 1%, he is a 1% of the 1%. And for some odd reason, you were able to attract this man, have a family with this man, he gave you a stable life, and you feel the need to go on talk shows and tell embarrassing stories about him in the name of good jokes or
Let me
wife
stop you right
banter?
there. If you heard what he said he gave you. That's what he just said. He gave you. That's where you're always going to be single, bro. And I feel bad for the girl whoever like decides to date you or be locked up with you because, man, you are a over-controlling, conniving, angry, just self-absorbed, self-consumed person. It's just sad, man. Because when he said he gave you, that's his thought process. That's just what he actually thinks. So some of the stuff that he has said in the past, it's all generic. It's all nuanced based. It's all like men's self-improvement. And that is amazing to say. That's the message I spread too. But you can't be an over-controlling, manipulative guy because at the end of the day, that's going to fucking drive you crazy. And it's going to show in your relationship too, because you're always going to be wanting to control, wanting to, manipulate and grasp that power. And relationships aren't like that. It's a give and take. And obviously, you feel like if you give a lot, you need to receive a lot, or you need to get more back. And that's not real life. I'll say that. So this dude, he's the walking, living definition of a man-child. And I hope you do a response video. I hope you fucking pick my shit apart. I don't give a fuck. Let's keep rolling, though.
This is precisely the problem with Western culture. The problem with Western culture is that we have a economy. We have a structure. We have a cultural ideology that is surrounded by femme-centric privilege and hedonism. So in other words, a woman's happiness comes before everything. If her happiness is contingent upon insulting her husband, so be it. If her happiness is contingent upon destroying her family, so be it. If her happiness is contingent upon her not sacrificing anything for the betterment of the family, so be it. Men will sacrifice their happiness for their family willingly. We're designed to do it. Women will sacrifice their family to be happy. Big difference. And the society that we're in now encourages the latter. For her to have the gall and say,
I'm gonna disagree heavily on that, saying sure there's some outliers and all that, but women will not sacrifice their family to be happy. Most women are fucking mother bears. They're gonna sacrifice themselves to fucking provide for you and provide for their children. My mom's done the same. I know countless of other women that have done the same for their children. And yeah, dude, this guy's been on the internet too long and been reading into shit. So this motherfucker's not real life. He's a fucking character. He's a fucking joke. Let's keep rolling.
well, he doesn't call me a chef wife, implies that being a chef and an NBA player are the same. And this gross mischaracterization of social hierarchies.
Nah, she's not implying it. She's saying an analogy. Because she actually is like a chef, as he is an NBA player. So you wouldn't call... He's actually fucking contradicting himself if you actually think about it right then and there. All right, let's keep rolling this shit.
Competence, meritocracy is something that modern women just don't understand. And this comment proves that. I'm going to play this back for you guys for real, because this is actually a psychology into female nature. I'm going to play this back because this is very important.
I mean, I don't think my husband would call himself. I feel like
A title in your
it's
view.
not, no, I don't think I'll ever call myself that because I feel like,
I feel like
I mean, I don't think my husband would call himself chef's wife.
she knows how preposterous that sounds. That's why she gave that little smile. Probably try to play it off. I'm just kidding. When I tell you guys that women don't respect men in today's society, I truly mean that. Tom Brady, Steph Curry, all types of men that are extremely successful, we're all dealing with the bullshit. All of us. Imagine busting your ass to become one of the best players in history and having your overweight, mid-tier wife on national television with her fat face.
I think she was pregnant for some of those clips, but that's why she had a puffier face. And she also has some chubby cheeks. And she's not mid-tier, bro. I saw his ex-girlfriend. Ayesha's way fucking cuter than whichever girl he dated.
And pounds of makeup on, talking about you in this manner. Imagine, there's a famous saying, women are to be seen and not heard. There's another saying in Spanish, the quieter you are, the more beautiful you are. In Asian culture, women are taught to be meek, speak low and softly, and limit their comments. And be quiet when men are speaking. How is it that all these different cultures from all different parts of the world all came to the same conclusion about women and their opinions? How? We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have emails. We didn't have you got mail. Since biblical times, this has been what it is. All across the world. Different cultures. All noticed the same thing. When women speak, problems arise. This isn't some one-off misogynistic rant. This is...
Speaking on the biblical fucking thing that he just said, that's not really true. From what I remember, the brief stuff that I've researched is most women during Jesus' time when he was preaching to everybody and doing those sermons, most women would actually lead in the congregations and stuff of that nature. And then I know there's like a biblical verse that says women are supposed to like cover their hair or like their head and be more submissive. But I think that's from what I remember. I might include the clip from Cliff Connect, who actually explained it more perfectly. But
fascinating that Paul also writes there, right there in 1 Corinthians, when women pray and prophesy, they're to have their heads covered. Well, what's the matter with you, Paul? Are you schizophrenic? Don't you remember what you just said? Are you contradicting yourself? No, he's not. He's addressing two different situations, I believe, there. Chaos and worship. And as a pastor, I have to be careful that our worship services don't deteriorate into chaos, because we have some very emotionally charged people who can just rip the shreds out of a worship service with chaos and disorder. And so, no, you're not going to speak at this time because of order. But then women were allowed to pray and prophesy.
He does write, I do not permit a woman to have authority over a man. And yet, Paul had a partner in ministry named Priscilla, who taught the great preacher Apollos. Paul had partners who were women in ministry. Therefore, at Grace Community Church, we have women on staff and in pastoral positions, because I believe that if God gives a woman gifts, we're to give the women opportunity to use those gifts.
From what I remember, the reason they kind of said that is because it was becoming more of like a clusterfuck, because there's a lot of people speaking at once and people weren't able to, really interpret and get out the word or spread what the sermon or the lectures were actually really about. So go back to this video.
Human evolution and biology over thousands of years of programming. And I think the reason why these different societies quickly figured out that women need to shut the up is because of shit like this. Women have an inherent inability to recognize meritocracy. I'm gonna say that again. The reason why we need to shut the up and not talk is because they have an inherent inability to understand the concept of meritocracy. I'm gonna say it one more time. Listen to me. If you're gonna take anything away from this podcast, I want you to take this away. Okay? The reason why societies through the beginning of time, from different continents, cultures, religions, backgrounds, all came to the same conclusion that we need to shut the up is because women don't understand the concept of meritocracy. So in other words, no millionaire wants to listen to a homeless guy give out financial advice. Do you understand now? Women did not build this world, men did.
This guy, everything he's saying right now is clearly coming out of a place of hatred and a place of harm. And you can tell this motherfucker has no respect for women, and goes to show you another side note. I believe this dude is single, so there's a reason for that. I could I obviously tell. And like I say, me personally, I do believe the men should be the leaders. Men are naturally going to be the leaders. But you're only going to get that mantle if you've earned it. You're only going to get that if you deserve it. It's not something you got to fucking lash out and be boastful about. It's that unwritten rule. It's that quiet confidence. It comes. It's a part of you. You don't need to fucking demand it. If you haven't had it, that means you haven't earned it. Simple as that. Be better. Fuck this dude. Let's keep rolling.
Every human innovation, every advancement, everything that made life easier for humans, 90+% of it was created by men. And it was created by men that had a wife that would shut up. You understand? Human innovation was at its peak when knew to shut up and be in the kitchen. Ever since then, thanks to the rise of the sexual revolution, women have been giving their opinions, entering the workforce, divorcing left and right, not having kids, and look where we are now. Cooked. As women have become more and more equal to men and gained more and more rights and behave more like men, what has happened to society? It's been crumbling. Birth rates in the shitter. Inflation through the roof. Affordability cooked.
I mean, what he's saying has some level of merit towards it. Women have become more masculine in their kind of their state, and from what I've heard and from what the women that I've dated is, they don't like being in that masculine state, but it's kind of one of those things that they have to force to be, because that comes with the independence and that comes with, you know, having to pay for bills, living expenses, stuff of that nature. So yeah, the reason why women are more masculine is because they have to adopt those masculine traits. And also in the college statistics, women are finishing higher rates than men, and that's because most men, even myself, I never viewed college as something that's a necessity. I never was extremely studious, and most women are more, Chris Williamson actually stated that women are better studious people because they're more prone to sit down, take notes, stuff of that nature. And us guys, we're not that. We need to do stuff with our hands, create, build bridges, build legacies, stuff of that nature. And that's why I feel like the women dynamic and the male dynamic should come together. And if it comes together, it's a beautiful support system. But there's some bumps along the road, and there's always like building blocks to work on. And there's faults in a lot of people, but I think most of those marriage statistics too are because of the people who divorce get remarried and then keep divorcing, and that cycle keeps continuing. But there's a large portion of people who stay married too after finding that person and building something beautiful with that. So in terms of the birth rate, it is declining substantially. And I did a video a long time ago. Like I always say, I think men need to be better nowadays. It's a fucking hard world. Everybody's got to level up. And if women are progressing more than men, then we got to own up to our shit and fucking try better too. And not play that victim card like he's trying to spew a little bit. But let's go.
Now some is probably in here saying, Myron, how the did you jump to the conclusion that because women can have an opinion, that we have all these other societal ills? I'll tell you why. Because every single woke ideology that's poisoned our society came through the Trojan horse of feminism. Feminism was the Trojan horse that brought alongside civil rights, that brought alongside equality, that brought alongside egalitarianism, that brought alongside liberalism, that brought alongside Marxism and communism and communitarianism. And we know who owned the Trojan horse. But that's a conversation for another day. The reason why they say mansplaining and that you're more beautiful when you're quiet, or women are to be seen and not heard, and this is echoed through the beginning of time in many different cultures, is because women don't understand meritocracy, and it's proven right here. This dumb literally said, I don't want to be called an NBA wife because my husband doesn't call me a chef wife. Her saying this sentence implies or assumes that they're equal when there's a vast disparity between the two. A woman that's a bartender will sit there and think that she's better than a heart surgeon.
I mean, there are some mentality women out there. I'll say that too.
The reason why most are stupid is because they don't understand this concept of meritocracy. feet are almost never held to the fire by society for their failures. I'm gonna say that again. All you see that are gonna go ahead and say that this is a misogynistic rant, hey, I'm not being misogynistic, I'm being realistic. I'm saying what everyone else is too quick to say. The more women talk and the more they give their opinions and the more power they have, the faster society declines. This inability to understand meritocracy and dominance hierarchies is precisely why we need to shut the up. If there are 10 men in a room and there's a millionaire, everyone's gonna shut up and want to listen to what the millionaire has to say, because men understand that our merit dictates our value. Our merit, our skill set, our experience, and our earning capacity dictates how much we can speak. Men that don't have anything to offer know to shut the up. Women that don't have anything to offer don't know to shut the up, because no one ever tells them to shut up, because they want to them. Does that make sense? No one tells men to shut the up because guys want to them. But men are totally cool with shutting up because we know our ability to speak is contingent upon our competence. Why do you think the stereotype is out there that beautiful women are stupid? Why do you think people say, oh, sorry, I'm having a blonde moment? Stereotypes are typically rooted in ugly realities. It's pattern recognition. There's a reason why men call hot girls. The reason why is because they're useless. And the reason why they're useless is because they've never had to be useful. Do you get it now? Do you guys get it? Women live in a bizarre world. They're not on Earth with us. They really aren't. And once you get this through your mind, that they're living in another reality, then you can move accordingly. I'll leave you guys with this before we get back into the Akaash thing. Besides the fact that we don't understand meritocracies and they need to shut the because of that, you have two choices. You can either respect women as equals and not understand them, or you can understand them and never look at them as equals. You pick. Say that again for you niggas. You can either understand women and not respect them as equals, or not understand women and just cook your life. Let's just keep it simple, bro. Bro, it's just that easy. It's just that easy. I gotta be blunt about it sometimes. Sometimes you gotta move the scalpel for a hammer. You cannot understand women as equals and still respect them. There you go. That's a simpler one so that you guys don't get confused. You cannot respect women as equals while understanding them. It's impossible. You must pick one. If you understand them, you'll never respect them as equals. If you don't understand them, then you can respect them as equals. But the two cannot coexist, guys. They cannot. And I would argue, the more competent, the more masculine, the more dominant you are, the faster you'll be able to identify that they're and they should never have positions of power, and that you are the leader. They're nothing more than overgrown children, and no one likes to admit that. Now, let me be clear about this. Is this all women? Of course not. For all the out there, Myron, you're making blanket statements. So for you 50 IQ, I'm speaking in general. Are there women out there that are brilliant? Are there women out there that contribute more than men? Absolutely. But let's be painfully honest here. That is a fraction of the female population. There's always going to be outliers. There's always going to be female geniuses. There's always going to be women that are amazing, that are able to do things that even competent men can't do. But the problem is this, and this is the key distinction. If you rely upon male ingenuity, you have a society. If you rely on female ingenuity, we're living in the Stone Ages. You see the difference? There are not enough competent women to keep a society running at the level that we run it now. Do you understand?
All right. I'm gonna end it there because this motherfucker's going on a blatant misogynistic rant, and I'll say this. I feel like the women that just talk about are entitled women. You know, women that just, because they think they're a little bit cute and because they have that little bit of validation from, i.e. people on the internet, simps at work, or just those weak men. They become conflated and have a conflated sense of self, and typically I'm able to understand those kind of women, and just, to be honest, I ignore them. I don't give them that little bit of attention or validation by giving up my time, and just keep it blanket, you know, black and white like that. But kind of an asshole like that, but keeping it honest. And there's also those women who sometimes become emotional, say some stupid ass shit, and you know, people fuck up all the time. I've personally had women before I hook up with tell me, I only got your number to text you because I was bored. I only use you to get at your best friend. I'm gonna go see another guy, and then finish it up by telling me I'm the best you're ever gonna get. And I keep that emotional state and look them dead in the eye. And most guys, if they're super overly emotional like Myron, they'll probably lash out and get into like a big ass argument, maybe turn physical, stuff of that nature. Me personally, I did raise my voice a little bit, but I looked her dead in the eyes and told her the truth that no, you're not. And afterwards, and wound up hooking up, and I ended that relationship essentially then and there. After I drove her back home and pulled up the car, still a gentleman. And yeah, what this guy says is fucking just pure like hatred, and his rhetoric is stupid. This dude's a fucking clown. I'll fight him. Yeah, the thing that he's talking about is like spewing this kind of animosity and putting a divide with 2 and 2. And like I always say, I'm not gonna be worried about like some, overly entitled, overly dramatic woman. And that's not what I'm gonna chase, and that's not what I look for. So if you see his previous videos, he's always having those kind of like 401s or the 3 or 4s on his podcast, and it makes for entertainment.
So they have to make $1 million a month to tell you what to do.
Don't shame her, lady.
I mean, I don't think I would still let them tell me what to do, but like we could like tell each other what to do in kind of a way.
Okay, so that makes them equal to you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think a guy that makes $1 million a month is gonna want to be with a girl that's been with over 100 dudes?
For sure, I've done it before.
Yeah.
No, I mean as in like actually be with you. Like,
yeah.
Like claim you as his girl and give you his last name and stuff.
No, they're fighting right now.
Wow.
Makes for some entertaining fucking videos, I say that. It's having these crazy ass women just spewing fucking their delusion and stuff of that nature, and everybody's seen them. That's why they become popular, and that's why everybody kind of gravitates towards watching those kind of videos, because it's salacious, it's entertaining, but it's not real. I'm gonna leave it there. This dude's fucking clown. Another side note, I feel like some of the most people with substance and value are people who don't even have a platform. And like the dude Terrell, the Uber driver, like he once told me, don't fall for the imitation. That's clear what this guy is. Take what he says with a grain of salt. I'm gonna leave it like that. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Do you believe with Myron? Do you think what Ayesha did was extremely bad? Love to hear you guys' opinion. But as always, it's been your boy Coach Ed. See you later.